Ages of brutal, ball-busting action. Kor-Drath will bring the pain.
Certified badass.
Oh, and he's not talking about me. He's talking about Kor-Drath. That is right, everybody. Hello. It is DNA on a Friday. I just busted down a rhyme, doing it on time, because I don't commit no crime. I'm the boss, and you are all mine. I'm Fragga Boom with the rapidy rap, yo.
Well, sounds to me like you're out of your prime.
Oh. Damn, son, way to blast me.
Did you see what I did there? I think you did.
I've done nothing to you, and I get this hate for no reason. Now you must dissipate.
Then I guess I'll just grab some wine.
I'll put you in a crate. Anyhow, what is up, everybody? We are here today to launch Kor-Drath on Kickstarter. Randy Howell is already here, like a boss, posting a link. I am going to hit the go button now. And then once I do that and I see that it's actually working, I will share the screen. JP Roca is here. Hello, Joe Bernardo, Chris Hernandez, Christopher Lloyd, our buddy and pal. He's an MD, a major dick. I can actually vouch for that.
Well, you can't say that until after he makes his Aquaman joke.
Oh, I can say it whenever I want. Whenever I want. We also have
Deja Brutal was first today. It says, "Hey Andy, will issue 1 be available with the second? I missed the first Kor-Drath." So we'll clear that up right now. And then Blackjack was second. There was no first. This is the first. This graphic novel is the first appearance, the first everything in this new IP. So you haven't missed anything yet. There's nothing to get caught up in. So you can just get in on the ground floor right now.
That's right. Get in on the ground floor. The Angry Gamer says, "Get her done." What's up, Marcus? Twice in one day. Marcus is joining. A few of these other guys too. Joined me earlier today on my little Tarzan live stream, but we do have a guest joining us today. It is none other than Mr. Death Raider, Rob Hunter. Hello.
Hey everybody, what's going on? It's I can't believe I was treated to Andy Smith rapping. It's I'm gonna have to do something with my ears now. Wash them out. Maybe go in the other room. Puke it, spew it all out.
That is blood I see coming out of your ears. Yes.
Yeah, I had to wipe the blood off my nose. It was pretty bad. I'm just like, what am I listening to? It's painful.
Sign up to, and we'll talk about Death Raider as well. There's the sign up page. So look at that. Campaign's live. Got $33. Thank you for whoever did that.
Whoa, somebody was already bid. It literally just went up. So
that's awesome.
We can't say Mr. Irrelevant. That'll be the last one. So it's first round draft choice. Whoever you are, thank you for grabbing the book right away.
Mr. Relevant, or the title of Dennis Turner's porn movie that he stars in.
Wait, would that be relevant or irrelevant?
No, it's irrelevant.
No, it's relevant. And it still gets more views than Andy's rap. So there we go.
Damn, just for that, I got to bust open a beer. Dennis and I are drinking today.
Did he tell you about this?
Can you read that?
No, I can't.
Peanut butter milk stout. So
sounds disgusting.
No, it's awesome.
Awesomely it is so disgusting.
It is so freaking good. And Dennis, I thought this was my last one. So, I've been holding off because I know that I let you borrow one a few months ago and we were going to drink it on a stream. And I kept thinking I only have one left. So when I pulled this out, I now have one left. I had
look on the bright side. After I drink this, if I think it is what it is, since you're letting me borrow it, I will put it back into the can and return it to you.
Ew.
It just made me 24 hours.
Take a sip, buddy.
Hold on. They got to hear the sound.
I want to see it. I want to see you take a sip.
It's got a good color, it looks like. It's dark, so it's like a good stout. Oh my God, I can smell the peanuts. I think I'm having an anaphylactic reaction.
What? Wait, no, I can't say it.
Sorry, Joe Biden here.
Yeah, it is Reese's Pieces beer. What do you think?
I will say it is not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. It does have some milk stout, so you can tell because it's got a milk stout base with it's a 6.2% beer, so it's about almost a 12.5 content proof. It's not terrible. If I were out drinking and they said, "Do you have we have a Guinness or we have this?" It's called Left Hand, so it's not nearly as good as the right hand is, from what Andy told me. And I would probably order it instead of the Guinness just to try something different. I've had worse. Let's put it that way.
Dude, I don't like dark beer. This is smooth. It's got a beer taste. It's got the beautiful taste of chocolate and peanut butter. I will be getting another 6-pack of this stuff.
It actually smells like peanuts. So I will say,
It does.
as soon as you crack it, it does have that aroma. So you got to smell the beer, sample the beer, and then guzzle the beer. So in that order, the first part did its job. So Andy, not bad. You've had worse.
Can you imagine drinking that shit all night and then puking in the parking lot? Chocolate and peanut butter beer.
You know, I bet it would come up like Reese's Pieces, little yellow, orange, and brown tablets flying up.
That'd be the worst. Like, you wouldn't even be able to handle peanut butter or chocolate for like the next couple of weeks. You'd just be like, "Oh, get that away from me."
See, now, Angry Gamer, I've had peanut butter flavored liquor, and it's overkill peanut butter. I don't think it is. Now, I've got this, which is called Blind Squirrel Peanut Butter Whiskey. It's in a little single serving. It's very tasty. And I also have the peanut butter cream liqueur that I put in my coffee. So my coffee's got a little bit of alcohol in it, a little bit of peanut butter flavor. It is so good.
Andy just trying to get through the day like every alcoholic movie, how it starts with adding liquor to a cup of coffee.
Well, technically, it's a glass of liquor, and then he puts a little coffee in there, and he goes, "See, it's like Irish coffee without the coffee."
Yeah, see, right, guys, Andy doesn't have a problem.
Let's break down this campaign real fast. So this is, for people watching that have already backed Indiegogo, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. For anybody watching that is waiting, it's now on Kickstarter. You can back it there. And also, one of the things that this is basically a mirror campaign. So there's nothing new on this campaign that you can't get on the Indiegogo. We didn't want to add something new because we didn't want people that backed it on Indiegogo that are just Indiegogo only be like, whoa, they added something new. That's not cool. So this is the same stuff. However, they do add-ons differently on this campaign. So if you scroll down the rewards, you'll note one, we can't pick a featured reward. So it goes from low to high. So like the game module is first, and then it breaks down into the individual books. So cover A, cover B, cover C, D, E, the artist edition, the Barbarian bundle. And this bundle, because obviously the cover's done, includes all the covers, including the homage cover and the Budroot line art cover as well. The retailer pack is just like the other campaign, 10 copies of any of the 5 Kor-Drath, the Reckoning covers, A, B, C, D, or E. And if you get the retailer pack, you can pick however you want to break it down. 2 of this one, 3 of this one, however you want. The Get It All, once again, the Get It All now does include the homage cover. So, you know, on the Indiegogo campaign, because I did that cover later, it's the homage cover is an add-on. So you can get it and you're still saving money. And then we have the figure sketch commission. I did open up. There's still 2 available on the Indiegogo. I figured for this, I'm just going to limit it to 5. So if somebody wants to get a 7x10 figure sketch character of your choice, you can. Now, when it comes to the trading cards or the trading card, the Lilith trading card, it's $5. It's an add-on. So if you want to get the Lilith trading card with any one of these tiers, you can back it. And then when you go to check out for $5, no shipping, you can add on the Lilith trading card. You can also add on, and this is something we learned, we did while we were setting the campaign up, we did have a tier for the t-shirts. The problem is you can't customize your add-ons on Kickstarter like you can on Indiegogo. So when we put up the t-shirt, you'd go to add-ons and you'd see like cover A as an add-on, and it had the cheap shipping, and we can't do that. So we added the t-shirts as add-ons for when you check out here. So if you check out with cover A and you see the t-shirt as an add-on, it'll say the t-shirt will ship separately, and the shipping cost is the same as it would have been if it was just the shirt by itself.
Because it has to.
Because it has to be. We can't charge less.
So
Angry Gamer.
Yeah.
When you hit $4,000 on Kickstarter,
wow.
Yes, we will be all the money totals together. So, we hit $4,000 here. That makes it 80 total for both combined. Boom, that stretch goal is unlocked. Everybody gets it. Everybody on Kickstarter gets all the stretch goals that are already unlocked. So there's that as well.
I know a lot of people were asking why are you guys doing a Kickstarter? Is this different? I mean, do you not love us on Indiegogo? The answer is, the reality is there are people on Indiegogo that will never set foot on Kickstarter, and there are people on Kickstarter that will never set foot on Indiegogo. So all we're trying to do is allow a wider audience to come in and appreciate this barbarian badassery.
Yeah, we believe, just like the military does over here, no man left behind, unless it's Rob. I mean, let's be honest. If Rob's in the military and he gets shot in the head and dies, honestly, it's not worth the troop to go back. We'll just be like, he got blown up. That's the story we'll tell people. There's nothing left of him to get, so he would be left behind. But
I carry a thermite grenade in case I get shot in the head, or even, shot in the leg, because I don't want to walk it off. I just pull the pin and it burns me down to ashes. So yeah, no one has to worry about it.
There you go. And we're grocery shopping.
Once she rolled over my my toes with the cart, and she looked at me, and I go, no, I can walk this off. She's like, you sure? She was pulling on the pin, tugging on it, and I go, no, we're good. No, it's not that bad an injury. So you could see she's got a hairline trigger just waiting to pull that pin.
Now that's funny, Randy. We have not. So anyhow, back to the comment. So we believe in no fan left behind. So that's why. And honestly, it will reach a whole different audience on Kickstarter.
Yes, and you're right, though. We can Google search now.
I was going to say, have we tried that? I haven't tried it. Have you tried it, Dennis?
I have not.
Give it a shot, see what happens. I don't know if it'll come up. I don't know, because the thing just launched, so I have no idea.
Well, you know what? We will test this out while we're on here. I wanted to say hey to James Lee, and by the way, I'm going to put it, since you guys are freaked out because we're doing a Friday show, guess what? We're coming next Friday with a special show as well. Mr. James Lee is coming on because he is putting out his book, The Steins, Rise of the Vampires, and he's available on weekends, and I'm gone on Saturday. So we are doing a special show next Friday just for James Lee to come on, and we'll have a great interview with him. So I just wanted you guys to be aware that you'll get us 2 Fridays in a row.
Nice.
That's right.
You know how you can make that better?
Well, how's that?
No, Andy.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Well, then it's kind of hard to have a Dennis and Andy show if it's just DN show. He is the A in that.
Well, I mean,
he definitely is.
Rob could always join, and it would be the Dennis and Asshole show. So
wait,
wow,
that was my joke for you, Andy.
I know. That's why I beat you to it.
I just popped the link down there for everybody as well.
Cool. We could call it the double D's, Dennis and Dummy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Kor-Drath
show.
is searchable on Kickstarter. It will take a day to link to Google. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I figured.
You know, they're gonna have to
Chris.
figure out a way to shadow ban you guys over here at Kickstarter.
Hey, shut up, Rob.
Wow.
Wow,
I can't
hold
believe
on.
you said that.
So anyhow, Dennis, we're having a good time right now, and you can go to Kor-Drath. You can click the link to go to Kor-Drath.com to read pages 1 through 8. I will put you in timeout like a child, Rob.
I laughed the whole time I was in timeout. You don't scare me.
You know, the good news is if you do any type of a Bing search or a Google search, it does bring up Kor-Drath.com immediately, so they can only do so much banning. So, and you should be able to link to all of that directly from there, so you can take your choice. Indiegogo, Kickstarter.
Did you guys think about also having a Shopify crowdfunder? Have you thought about that?
No.
No?
It's, setting it's not. I know Mandy put a lot of time setting that up, and it's time,
Yeah.
Because with these, everything's there, created. The template's there. With that, it's a lot of creation. Got a question from Mad Socks. Do you rough draft out the entire book first or finish page to page? Nope. I take it 1 page at a time with the script. I print the whole script out. And because I'm very eco-friendly, I print 2 pages per one to save on paper because I don't like killing trees. That's how we are. We're green. And no, I do a thumbnail and then I draw the page, ink it, whatever, scan it, and then sit down and I just do the next page. Now I do work in order. I know some artists that'll work out of order. Some of them that will like thumbnail the whole book first so they can see how it flows and then just work out of order. I don't like working out of order. I work in order. So from 1 on up, just finished page 35. So that is how I work, but that's a very good question. Yeah. So there you go. I don't, it's funny too. I'm hesitant to go back up here. I'll hit refresh, but the thing with Kickstarter is it actually goes, you don't have to hit refresh on Kickstarter. The numbers will just change because this isn't a totally new campaign. It's already on Indiegogo, and Mad Sox, you're very welcome. And a lot of the people watching have probably already backed it. I'm not expecting this to be like, bam, and just, skyrocket or anything. We just felt it would be cool, instead of just launching the campaign and tweeting it and Facebooking it, to come on and hang out with you for a few hours in Friday afternoon. And
it just, look at that.
Just went on.
It just changed. It's like magic.
Andy gave his wife the go-ahead to buy a couple of books.
I said, get some for your friends.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. Matter of fact, I don't see her watching the show.
Oh,
she's only watched one show, and it was the professionals that she was actually on with all the other wives. So that's about how that goes.
Oh,
so,
but
sorry. There is we are going to talk about stuff during the show. I'm going to pull the screen down for now, just so we can talk about different stuff. Randy, thank you. 4 distinct covers, 76 story pages equals 80 pages, 35 pages, 4 covers complete means you are 1 page away from halfway done. That's why you're here, Randy, because Dennis sucks at math and you need to explain that to him.
Dennis sucks at math.
Really bad.
Wow, that is the biggest gaslighting I think we've ever had on the show. Now, if you want to say that, Dennis sucks at biochemistry, okay, I'll grant you that. But not when it comes to math. I'm always the one on the show, and they all know it. Oh, I need to pull it up. Bam! I'm like the math wizard. Matter of fact, I feel like just ripping out some Pythagorean's theorem right now just to see what the hypotenuse of the triangle is. Right, Andy?
You got it, Dennis. Joe says, oh, look, Rob background. He came out of the closet.
What? No, I'm still in the closet. This is the closet. See,
just sent an image via text to Dennis. Can you share it with everyone? I got the text too, bro. It wasn't just Dennis that got it, but Dennis can share it. That's fine.
Text.
My other location is my studio. You'll see a big mess of FedEx boxes in the background. No FedEx boxes in this mess. Or
No.
the cats also don't climb all over the shit like they do when I'm in the studio. They love to do that while I'm talking. So that's the difference. 2 locations. I could do a location over by the pool, but if I'm in the sun, I start.
By the pool, boy! Listen to Mr. Fancy Pants here. No, I could do a location by the pool.
By the pool, and the squirrels are mean to me too. So I don't want to come across like that.
All right, so let me see if I can do something here. Settings.
Andy's already ignoring me.
No, I heard you.
I did not
listen to my squirrel
Chris.
story.
I heard your squirrel story.
They're mean to me, Andy.
They're always mean. I think they're nuts.
Oh, smack.
I know. It was a bit squirrely, but it's never too early to do that.
Oh, Jesus. Do you have a pun?
All right, let's see.
Out on the table next to you, or is that just right off the top?
No, that's right off the top of my head because, I like games, but I particularly like small game.
All right, let's see. I want to try and see if I can get my screen a little bigger. There's something I want to talk about with this book.
Well, it's nothing that purple pills can help you with, Andy.
King is stupid. He's a dumb character.
No, so seriously, this book is the facsimile edition of Avengers number 8. Okay. Yeah. Now I noticed something when I was reading this. Beautiful first page, Jack Kirby art. Right here.
That's blurry as shit, Andy.
Focus. I don't know if it probably won't focus. I'll read it. This yellow box right here. Okay.
Yeah.
This is not from the original book. It says this previously published content includes negative depictions and or mistreatment of people or cultures.
What?
These stereotypes were, let me finish. These stereotypes were wrong then and are wrong now. Rather than remove this content, we want to acknowledge its harmful impact, learn from it, and spark conversation to create a more inclusive future together. Now, I read this book. I've never read this issue before. I read this book and I have an idea what the content is they're talking about, but I'm not sure. So I thought we'd go through it and see if we can find it. And now remember, when they say content, they're talking about, should I do this or should I just do my usual screen and hold it up to the regular camera?
Yeah, because you're freezing.
All right, I'm going to do that. Let me bounce this one. Let me switch back. That's what I thought. All right. All right. I'll just hold it up and we'll go through it page by page. That way. Let me just put this other camera back where it belongs. All right. So I'm going to still keep it big screen like that so everybody can see. All right. I read this. I saw nothing inappropriate in the story. I'll give you a hint. I do think for some reason, the only thing I saw was an ad. And because it's a facsimile edition, it reprints just like when the book came out. So just to recap real quick, it's just the Avengers going to the mansion. Nothing wrong there, right? Nothing wrong there. This army dude, I'm not going to read all the dialogue. He doesn't say anything bad. Okay? Nothing there. Couple more pages. It's just the Avengers and Kang. That's it. Nothing there. We have an ad, and this is what I think they're talking about. Yubiwaza. Boys, men, I'll help you master Yubiwaza. That's the only thing that I can imagine in this whole book that they could be talking about.
Because girls aren't included in the martial arts training?
I don't know. I mean, if anybody watching has read this Avengers 8 and picked up on something that I missed, let me know. But all they're doing, even the normal people, the army dudes and stuff, they're just talking about Kang and having to defeat Kang.
Whoa. Maybe that guy in the red panel on the right, the guy in the suit, he looks like an awful lot like Oscar Goldman from the $6 Million Man. So maybe that's offensive.
Yeah.
He really
It looks a
he
lot
kinda
like
does.
Oscar Goldman.
Maybe it's because Giant Man in those shots doesn't look like he's been working out. He's looking a little soft.
Hey, pal, that's Jack Kirby. You shut your mouth.
Look at him. Little soft.
Oh,
Look at
right.
that. He's not even ripped. He's
You can see
doughy.
it in the back. It's King's helmet. He's got a man bun underneath. That's what it is.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
They
Oh.
straight up King.
We all hate hipsters, so
So Joe says, no, Andy, they say treating Janet like a woman is bad. I mean, could be.
wow.
It's definitely not baseball. Well, maybe it is baseball. I don't know.
Can you imagine? Oh, well, there's why didn't they just add girls? You know, like just white out boys and put, you know, like literally smaller type and just smacked it on the into the ad rather than add that huge caption. Dude,
It's
that's
definitely
messed
the man
up.
bun.
See?
I mean, I can't figure out for the life of me what in the hell they're talking about. And
It's
just the
that-
fact. Go ahead.
It's that panel. It's that King panel. That close up where he's talking to the Oscar Goldman. Do you see how wide his face is? That's racist.
Yeah.
Oh,
His helmet's
right.
massive.
Stippling Vaughn has it. It's the font used for the Chinese restaurants is considered racist.
Wait, I thought it was a martial arts page.
It is, but the font.
Are you
It could be the
serious?
font. It could be. What else could it be? But here's the thing. And I'm being serious when I read this one sentence again in this stupid disclaimer. Tell me if my thought on this is wrong or not. It says these stereotypes were wrong then and are wrong now. Well, if they were wrong then, why'd you put it in the book back then? Did you not know it? I mean, you're saying it was wrong then. So it was wrong then, and these guys were like, yeah, it's wrong, but who cares?
Yeah, so everybody that did that book is racist. They just said all those people in that book are racist.
I mean, it's just once again, story, comic book ads.
Precious. People are
it's-
so precious now. You know that Russia and China are laughing at us.
Oh, dude, seriously.
I'm telling you, where's the page? I want to see where my 200 army men and battleship and tank are for $1.95 that I'm going to send away when I cut out your coupon.
Maybe it's the magnets. Maybe the magnets are bad now. Maybe it's the
Oh.
curious coins, odd paper money, because it's Bitcoin now. I don't know.
Wow. Dude, that's really odd. They're so precious.
Something on this menagerie of ads on this page. What's up?
Oh yeah, maybe it's something classified.
See, Rob, you become a staple. You're even getting helloed on our channel. So congratulations.
Oh,
You've made it to the small time.
sweet. Hey, dude, what's up?
I mean, this is the only other thing. Here we go. The last ad in the book. Boys, men, my secret new Dynaflex
Oh,
method.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
We were just talking about the two guns. Oh, yeah. They had the two guns from the comic book ad. Yeah.
Are you proud of your paycheck? Maybe that's it.
Oh, where I see the wrist radio, I'm looking for the X-ray vision.
Treasure it's right
glasses.
here. Oh, wait. It's right here.
Oh, yeah, they
X-ray
do.
specs.
X-ray specs. There it is.
What's that thing on the bottom, Andy? It looks like it's the rectangular shaped electronic.
Oh, it's a midget adding machine. Oh, maybe the word midget.
Yes.
Yep. I agree with you, Dricos. As a matter of fact, I love it when my guys had the flamethrowers and they would sit there with the Bic lighter and we'd sit there and melt the other army men. Those were great. And I did get sea monkeys.
That is so violent. I'm offended.
How ridiculous is it that Marvel put that freaking disclaimer in this book?
It's a
I mean,
Disney
that
thing.
is.
You see that intro now in movies now too. Before older
Oh, I know.
movies.
Literally, if that disclaimer wasn't there, nobody would look for it. But
No,
because
no.
it's there, people are going to look for it now, like a freaking Where's Waldo game.
You know the actor who plays Kang?
Yeah.
Because he's in Creed 3 and he's super jacked in Creed 3. If he's not as jacked in the Marvel movies, I'm going to be incredibly disappointed.
Dude, he was in this movie Dennis and I watched.
The war movie.
God,
That was
what was the name
boring.
of that movie? That the Korean War one where he was the pilot. He was pretty big
Yeah.
in that.
Boring
Devotion.
pilots. Well, he was big in the Lovecraft TV show on
Yes.
HBO Max, but he is huge in the boxing movie Creed 3. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, if I see him in these Marvel movies and he's not just as big, I'm gonna be super disappointed.
He's a great actor, so I'm going to be honest. I'm looking forward to at least to see what he can do with it if it's a good script, because I think he's a phenomenal actor.
Yeah, I like him too. I never like Kang. Kang is like Darkseid. Kang is this is boring. This is confusing. It's too much talky, depressing.
Oh, look at that. Let me read this. The disclaimer is pathetic. It's either the font or faux outrage that these old ads were marketing directly to their perceived market. Exactly. And Hyper Potato, thank you very much. Just back lucky number 4. Let's go, Andy. Kor-Drath and Atari Force forever. Hell yeah, I love Atari Force.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we're at
Atari Force.
Dennis, we're halfway to our goal.
Nice. Then you can just stop. Just shut it
Well,
down.
actually, we're a little less. But,
Wait, what? Halfway to our goal? Mean our goal of? Oh, I'm there. I thought you meant of finishing off this beer.
No, you guys got to get through a 6-pack.
Yeah.
Oh, mine's halfway. Oh, well.
Oh. Wait, Andy.
Dennis hurt himself. He's got to go to the emergency room.
I know. I was just about to say, well, Rob, it looks like it's us for the rest of the show.
In about a minute here with that 6.2% alcohol beer.
Dennis starts to get faint, falls out of his chair. We're like,
Oh,
Andy
God,
just cut him
why
out.
couldn't it at least be Swiss chocolate beer?
Wait, why? Why Swiss chocolate? You like that more?
Oh yeah, are you kidding me?
Tommy.
No, dude. If you've no, I'm telling you now, Mr. Hershey. If you had like good Swiss chocolate when we were over there, once you have Swiss, you'll never go back.
Yeah. Why would I go over there?
Okay, so here's the problem with
Unless
that.
I'm hiding my billions.
Not only is he talking about chocolate, but apparently he's talking about his wife because she's Swiss. So once you have Swiss, you'll never go back.
That's right.
Oh, really? She's Swiss?
Yes, sir.
Oh, nice.
Does she have blue eyes?
Yep. Blonde hair, blue eyes.
Well, of course she does. She's a
A mouth like a trucker. I don't know if that's a Swiss thing or not, but
probably. She swears a lot.
Oh yeah, she's got a mouth on her. I will say that.
Giggle,
yeah, never go back.
Yes,
Are we still talking about chocolate?
I'm talking about chocolate. Peanut butter.
Hell
chocolate.
yeah, and that's true. Hit like and subscribe. All right, let's see what else is happening. Oh look, I got an email. My project is live. I know.
Look at that. It is live officially. Thank you.
That's right. It's so exciting now to have to keep track of two things.
Awesome.
Things. So, hey, Rob, when is Death Raider going live?
That goes live next week. It's very exciting.
Really?
Yes, there's a little story why I can't say what exact date, but when I know the exact date, everybody else knows the exact date.
I mean, I don't know the date. I'm just saying I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know why I haven't been able to choose the date yet. But next week it's very exciting. It was very exciting. I was putting together a lot of the actual campaign page today. I was adding to it because I've had, I'm always working on it. Whenever I get an idea. And it's exciting. It's fun. Hopefully everybody likes a bunch of the options that I threw out there. So it's a little different than the rest of the crowdfunding. So we'll see. Either they like it or they hate it, and the numbers will reflect that.
Will bear out.
Yes,
we'll see. Exciting. I'm hoping that when you do it, when it goes live, I'm hoping it's a day that I can join.
Oh yeah, dude, that would be awesome. I hope so.
Yeah, I would love to. So just scrolling through the campaign, like we said, if you've backed it already on Indiegogo, thank you. If not, you're a Kickstarter guy, go do it. The problem with Swiss wives is if you have to take them to a mountain glade every so often so she can sing. Sucks if you live in Florida, a mountain-free state. Yeah, that's why he goes to Asheville every now and then so she can go up on the Blue Ridge Mountains and belt out a few tunes.
And just so
that's smart.
At Christmas time, the three sisters, because there's three of them, they all sit there and sing Sound of Music really loudly. The hills are alive with the sound of music really, 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 really loudly. So, yeah, when we always got together for Christmas, it's a loud time. Very long
Nice.
time, even though that was in Austria. Just saying.
Andy, I haven't seen this snake versus lion page yet. It's looking cool. Is that one
What?
page or is that a double?
No, I'm so glad that you went over to pages 1 through 8 to read them.
Wow, that was sarcasm.
Why
hope
would
you
I?
caught
You
that.
know I can't
Okay.
read. I can't read.
It's right there, buddy.
It's in
Right
Braille.
there.
That doesn't
Hold
help.
on. I just want to do something here. Yeah, you can go over and read pages 1 through 8, so you can get a feel for the story, get a sense of Dennis's writing and stuff.
So they have magic
definitely go check
powers?
that out. Dennis,
Magic
you can
powers?
answer that.
Yeah. So all the barbarian tribes all have their own tattoos, and in this world, all of their tattoos are magically infused. So everybody's got different abilities, and it's unique to the individual person once they become of age. The Jarl is the chieftain of the tribe, and he alone can actually summon the ancestral protectors. So in that case, you see the red lion from the Red Lions tribe and the anaconda from the anaconda tribe, and they can go at it. So it is not only pure barbarian badassery going toe to toe, but the ancestral protectors come out and bam, fight galore.
How do they decide the tattoos?
It's whatever tribe you're from. So if you're a member of the Red Lions tribe, you'd have a red lion tattoo. You'll notice throughout some of them,
Oh,
they'll have them on their chest or their hands or their arms or neck or whatever. But each one has one of theirs. So when you meet a barbarian, every single one of them has a tattoo, both male and female, and they all have their abilities. You just don't know
so
what they are.
it's either a lion or a snake, or if it's from another tribe, it could be like drunken monkey or
Right, sure. Let's say there was a drunken monkey, which there's not, but just for that sake of it, there would be, yes, and you would have a
But there's
monkey popping
not.
out with a quarter barrel on his back, a tapper with the two hats coming in, and he's fighting people. Sure.
nice. What, Andy? Why is he talking to me like I'm dumb, like a child?
He talks. He's used to talking to his wife. So
What do you mean? I have daily conversations with Andy. Come on, Rob. That's just a give me.
It's just the voice he uses.
So Draco says, I was born in the Rhineland region. All those places are the same to me. Germany.
Oh,
I was going to say in Germany, I've only made it to the Black Forest. I literally went to Germany and ate Black Forest cake.
I was about to say,
in the
and
Black Forest.
and
and
that's
then
your
left.
favorite type of cake.
Is it? Is that your favorite
It
cake?
is. I make it every year for our birthday. My sister-in-law and I, our birthdays are about the same time. So we get together every year just before Christmas, and just like we did this year, and we make our Black Forest from scratch.
Okay, what's that entail?
So it is a type of a chocolatey cake, and it actually has really tart. I use tart Oregon cherries, like 2 cans of it. And so you actually have the cake, a really, really sweet, good, thick cream in there. And then you have your tart cherries spread throughout it. And then you put a nice sweet maraschino right on the top.
Okay.
It
Very
is
manly.
amazing.
Sounds like the kind of cake a guy who writes Dungeons and Dragons would eat, especially bake.
It is true.
That's right. Marcus says, any tattoos on the peen? I mean, that's personal. I know Rob has one because he was drunk and I had.
Yeah. I was really drunk.
It is the thing. If you watch down Periscope, you will see that there are particular submarine captains that have tattoos on it, and they get promoted because of that.
I have the entire Declaration of Independence on mine because I have a large peen, including the very large signatures of each guy.
Considering people have tattooed or written really small in the head of a pen, I believe they could fit that on your peen, no problem.
Not with a tattoo gun, my friend. It was very painful.
Well,
Very painful.
Let's see. Blue Boy, thank you. These pages are looking stellar. Reminds me of the many greats over the decades who bring the jungle, the beast, and the weapons. Thank you very much, Blue Boy. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, that's really nice. Andy could use the pick me up. So
I could, it'll keep me from crying myself to sleep tonight.
oh, that's good.
I purchased a page from Green Lantern that Rob H did ink for the character. Oh,
yeah.
So wait, he didn't buy it from you?
No. I've sold most of my artwork over the years. It's funny. He was asking me. He goes, "Hey, is this Arquillo?" And I'm like, "I don't know." I really didn't. I really didn't know any of the characters until I would see the book. And to be honest, I after staring at the artwork for a month, I usually didn't flip through the book, and so I mostly know the characters from when they get colored, because one guy's purple, especially all those Green Lantern characters. And Arquillo's he's a Yellow Lantern, so I can never keep track of all those guys.
Yeah, I was going to say Arquillo does not ring a bell for me, so I know I'm probably going to get booed, probably by Marcus. But I actually don't know who that is off the top of my head.
I think he was like Sinestro's second in command, but there was like two guys that were always vying for it, or two aliens that were vying for it, so they would get shitty with each other. I know that there's a couple issues that kind of zeroed in on that subplot. So I think that page he's getting killed or dying or something too. I think he ends up dying eventually. So I think he's
yeah, I've seen him. I pulled up a picture. Okay. I used to say I probably would see. I could tell by the drawing the picture, but yeah, the name did not ring a bell.
Yeah, I worked on a double pager once, and the editor's like, "Hey, some of these characters are dead. So if you could just change them to anybody else, that would be great." Because Billy had drawn this giant double page spread of all the lanterns, and half of there's like a couple of them in there. They're like, yeah, they've already died, so they just need to be changed to something else. Give them pointy ears or whatever you want to do. Just adjust.
So he says it's a really stellar. It's really stellar. Now I'm really curious because I love seeing what people buy. I'd love to see what page it is. Maybe you could tell us what issue number and what page number it is, and I could look it up. I'd be very curious to see.
Hey, he says Green Lantern universe would make a great manga. You know what? It would. It really would be a nice setup for a manga.
Yeah. To be honest, the way DC's going, I'm surprised that they haven't just. They might license out everything and not even publish anymore. Who knows? So. But yeah, Green Lantern stuff would be great. There's so much Green Lantern now too.
It is the beer. There is. Apparently, I just saw a headline. Apparently, let me see. I'll read it. U.S. military shoots down high altitude object flying over Alaska airspace.
Oh, where they should have shot down the original balloon. Gotcha.
Well, I don't know what it is they shot down now. You heard that original balloon had a bunch of antennas and stuff, right?
Yes.
It was
and that the size of the equipment at the bottom was the size of a large bus.
Yeah,
that was hanging on there. Not only that, but if you've gone into any of the Chinese military sites back then, they were showing the Chinese inflating those same balloons, and with hypersonic missile packs on it. They have 3 hypersonic missiles dangling from the bottom of it, and I'm like, but you know what? We didn't know if it was offensive or not. It might just be floating over. We didn't think it was threatening. We don't know what it is. Could be an EMP, could be whatever.
Well, the government is so desperate for a war because they're so afraid of America pulling into a depression. So a war pulls you out of depression because then no one pays attention how much money you're spending.
Yep. Look what's over. So I was going to ask, did you guys hear the big news?
Would that be that Kor-Drath is come to a Kickstarter? I have.
That is big news.
That's part of it.
What's the other news is also comic book related.
What's that?
Bounding, I think it was Bounding into Comics. So John Trent put out an article. James Gunn's DCU slate rumored to be bait for potential buyer. Allegedly has secret plan in case Apple, Amazon, or Universal gobble up Warner Brothers.
Oh, that's funny because Thinking Critical, he did a YouTube video maybe a month ago saying that DC and Warner Brothers, any plans that they say they're going to do, they really can't do, whether it's in the comic books or it's movies, because he said that as Discovery realized how far in debt WB is, that there's no way they're not going to sell. Either they sell WB or they sell DC. Like they just, he goes, anything they start to do, they won't be able to finish because there's just, and I think it came out like WB was like billions of dollars in debt. So
Yeah,
I mean,
you're going to start
surprised
parting
me.
things out. Yeah. Yeah.
So
So,
it says
that,
the
that
rumor
makes
comes
sense.
from YouTuber WDW Pro, who claims to have received information from Warner Media employee. Warner Brothers' Discovery with both DC and Harry Potter is to soft reboot the franchises in order to make them seem more viable and healthy. However, rebooting them with projects that are highly interconnected and or episodic in chronological consistency is not desired at this time. The reason might surprise, he asserts. Warner Brothers Discovery allegedly expects to be purchased within the next 3 to 5 years. Therefore, it is not in Warner Brothers Discovery's interest to craft huge franchise worlds like seen in MCU, because such a thing would make a potential buyer beholden to this new roadmap story narrative. Oh,
interesting.
Yeah.
Now we got to be fair because Jay Lee just popped in. That's not what's happening. I'm a shareholder of WBD, and that is not what's going on. Well, dude, if there's any scoop you can tell us now, type it in down there. Otherwise, we'll get the full scoop from you if you got any more insight next Friday.
Yeah. We'll keep it quiet though. We'll just share it among everybody watching
Well,
and
yeah,
anybody who watches it on YouTube. Otherwise,
only 51 right now.
oh.
Well, it's early and we're not supposed to be in on Fridays. And oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Vina Reviews, personally, I think they'll start licensing out characters for single events like a series from a creator. I mean, that's been a rumor for a while, that almost like Heroes Reborn in the 90s with Jim Lee and Rob Liefeld taking over for, was it a year or was it 2 years? I think it was a year. Anyhow, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if they did something like that.
I was going to say they gave him a huge contract to come over, and I see Joe corrected me. It's not a large bus. It was the size of 3 buses. Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, it's like a jetliner size. Yeah.
Okay, here's what's up. All right, we're getting it firsthand. Okay, here's what's up. Unless you hear a report from David Zaslav, who is the real boss of Warner Brothers, don't trust it. Oh.
Well,
but that would be public.
Can you imagine how complicated that contract would be to try to license one-offs to companies? Like, creators already don't want to work for Marvel or DC because, yeah, hey, I'll get a couple of grand to work on your book, and then they turn around and they make it a movie, or they use a piece of your story for a movie, and you're like, oh, if you're lucky enough, they'll give you a check for like 26 grand. Like, oh, hey, we ended up using that character you came up with. He's in the that name is in the title, so now we have to give you $26,000. Oh, wow, 20 grand, and this movie made 400 million. Oh, awesome! That's wow, you're so generous.
That's why, right, Andy? Quasar. We're hoping for Quasar.
That's right, baby. Get Quasar in something.
Mm-hmm. So can you imagine if you license something, like you work on a book and it's a big hit and they want to make a movie out of it? I bet those contracts would read, you get nothing. Or you would have to fight in the contract that you get something. And what a mess that would be for the company that buys it. Like, they'd be like, wait, who? Like, you could literally have hundreds of contracts saying, oh, I get a piece of this Superman story if you use a piece of it. And how would you even negotiate? What if the Superman story that you write is a tiny little piece that they use in the movie or they refer to in the movie? Like, what a mess. What a legal mess. So I imagine that if you license something, if they do licensing, it'll be like, this is it. We can use it. It's ours now. F off. Just like most, freelancers contracts.
Right.
First CW is already sold. Zaslav has called for a full audit. I think they did start because they. I know a bunch of the people were turning in reports. He had also stated that he had sent a message to Amazon stating Warner Brother owns Lord of the Rings and will do in things. Okay, but didn't he sell the CW for $0 basically? Well, you know, because it was like getting rid of the debt and everything like that.
Yeah, because CW from the beginning never made money. Even during with their hits of Smallville, whatever money that they made off of their hits, they would just piss away on other shitty shows. So they always lost money every year the CW existed.
Hey, Smallville wasn't bad. You watch your mouth.
No. I said Smallville was a hit and it made money.
Say that.
Yeah.
Wow. Have another beer, Andy. Obviously, you're not listening very well.
But it's all the other
crap it's just I've known Rob for 20-some years, so whenever I start seeing his mouth move, my brain just automatically tunes out.
He thinks I'm being negative. He thinks I'm pissing on Smallville.
White noise. He just called you white noise.
Oh, no. My wife does the same thing, so it's no big deal.
Yeah, I know. It's a thing. When you've been married that long, it is a thing. Didn't you hear me? Yeah, I swear to God, I saw your lips move, so I heard you.
I call Andy my manly wife.
Did you hold on for a second? Let me.
Andy's my second wife.
Wow, Speaking of second wives and stuff, I had no idea. An ad popped up when I turned my computer on, and it was talking about how Sister Wives is going on season 16, and that one of his wives got a divorce from him last year, Christine. So my wife and I had watched like the first 4 seasons, obviously a long time ago. And I had no idea that show was even in existence anymore. Going on season 16. So I was going to say 4 wives. So that must mean he has 3 wives. But I was like, wow. I mean, it's bad enough having, getting white noise from one, but that was 4 different directions you'd have to hear it from.
6 was that like on Lifetime or the Women's Channel or something? 16 series?
Lifetime channel?
Maybe
something like that.
Or wait, there's another one. Isn't there the Hallmark Channel? Maybe it was on the Hallmark.
It's LTC, LC, Lifetime Channel. I think that's what it was on. I don't remember.
That's got to be made really, really cheap to make it to 16 seasons.
Yes, it had to be.
Got to be like one of those really
camera cruise and film. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. So Jay Lee says what he did was sell CW to cut the debt. The ones who bought it paid that debt. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now his restructuring of WB, he has done layoffs and consolidated. He has also sent in people to CNN to clean that up. Yeah, I'm still waiting for that. And he says he's also cleaning up ESPN to stop the politics stuff. Yeah, they should.
Boy, that would be nice if we could just talk sports.
Hell, yeah, I'm waiting for CNN to get cleaned up. Don Lemon's had a few. Well, he had one sort of like very unprofessional. It wasn't really a meltdown, but it was on air and with just one of the co-hosts. Because remember, Don Lemon got promoted from a single host nighttime spot
prime
to
time
a promotion of a morning show with 2 co-hosts. Because that's a promotion of Don Lemon.
In her place. I was kind of surprised about that. And she was like,
yeah.
Well, with CNN, they're getting checks from the government to push some of their stories. So I wonder what cleanup means, because you'd be like, yeah, but we get paid to tell these stories. Do you clean those? Do you get rid of those stories too? Or do you keep taking the checks? What CW has done to the Flash. What CW, the Flash, they just didn't know what to do. They didn't have any real comic book people.
The Flash is, 9 years. The 9th season, I was telling Dennis earlier today, just debuted this week. Normally, if they said this wasn't the last season, I'd probably bounce. But it is the last season of the Flash. So I've stuck with it for 8 seasons. Wow. It's obviously, I believe, a 13-episode season. I'll stick with it to see how they wrap it up.
But I stuck with it for 7.
The Flash is over.
The first 5 I thought were really good. And then I felt that Smallville dip, where it started
Yeah.
getting really repetitive. And I'm like, all right, we need to go somewhere. It never did. Smallville at least came back really strong at the end. Especially that last season. Oh my God, it was so good. And then when you got to see Tom Welling turn into Superman in that last one, flying down, and he turns in the Superman outfit, I got goosebumps. I was like, this is what we've been waiting for. That was a spectacular ending.
Those last three seasons, they seem like they on Smallville, they would spend the whole season building up to that last episode, and then that last episode was always cheap as hell and truncated and pushed and crammed. And then next season it would be something completely different, and then they would start to build all over again. And then that last episode never paid off for an entire season of building. So my wife and I were just like, ugh. By the time Smallville ended, we felt it. It. But Star Trek did the same thing. Star Trek Generation, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, they would do the same thing. They would do the same thing where they would build up to this huge, like, you're like, oh man, this last episode, there's got to be at least 2 more episodes. There's got to be like extra hour and a half special. No, they would just rip through it as fast as possible. And you're like, wait a minute, you're getting ready. 2 races have a giant space battle, and you just talk about it.
I don't know. Deep Space Nine had some of the best space battles with the Dominion War.
Yeah.
Stretched out over multiple seasons, intricate storylines. Normally, I'm not a fan of those large put together storylines, but man, I will say that was one of the most interesting things in any of the Star Trek series. They did a really good job with it.
But they always crapped out that payoff episode, whether that payoff episode was going to be the first episode of the new season or it was the last episode of the present season.
Yep.
That payoff was always, they would always just push past it. They would show you like 30 seconds of action, space action, and then it'd be all talking about the repercussions and what's, all the people that had been hurt. And you're like, wait a minute.
It's like Star Wars in the Senate. Let's make motions to pass motions about what we're going to do. Where's the lightsabers? There it is. And let's make a new motion.
That's right.
Oh my God, this is Star Wars now.
2.5 years of the
Nicholas.
Dominion versus Starfleet, and it's over in 30
Hello,
seconds.
Nicholas. Nicholas, is it your birthday today?
Oh, happy birthday. How old is
If it is.
20s,
let's
30s, 40s?
Rob, you're crazy. DS9 was awesome.
Especially the whole wormhole gods at the end with Cisco. That was
Yeah.
That was really bad.
Again, that's the ending. I mean, you get the only Star Trek that went out with a huge bang for an ending really was Enterprise. Even that last one. That last season of Enterprise, which everybody had quit watching it by then, Manny Koto took over, and that wound up being the best season of pure Trek ever in any Trek show. You actually get to see Gorns the way they were meant to be seen, the Tholians the way they were. It was all the original Trek universe stuff. It was amazing, and I was just like, now it got phenomenal, and it's getting canceled without telling Scott Bakula and cast, which is why he still holds resentment to this day.
Yeah. I had to watch that on streaming like later, like that second is because was it the 3rd or 4th season that was like in the 24-hour style? Remember how they had that like 1 hour was 1 hour of the show was 1 hour of the time?
Yeah, they did a thing.
I like that season. Yeah, I like that season a lot.
Yeah, the 4th.
All right, you nerds.
Yes.
Let's talk about another article.
Here we
Former
go.
IGN writer claims outlet told reviewers they were not really allowed to give bad scores to comic books.
Well, sure.
And
It's
yet
the old
another-
wizard way.
Yeah, shocking, right? And yet another apparent confirmation that the mainstream geek media is in bed with the very companies they cover.
Mhm.
A former IGN staffer has claimed that during his tenure with the site, he and his colleagues were not really allowed, quote unquote, to leave negative reviews on comic books. Now, wow, what a beautiful 2-page spread of lots of buildings, and let's crop out some figures. Yeah, I'd rather see this composed differently because it's a comic.
Well, here's the thing. That was, they could have ripped off a photo for the buildings and it's harder to
you think?
reference the figures in perspective.
You think? I think so.
Yeah. Andy, do you remember how heartbroken I was when you're the one who told me about the cross-gen and Marvel and the DC deal with Wizard with the top 10 writers and the top 10 artists? When you told me that, I just looked at him like, what? What? No. Where they gave each company that were major advertisers to Wizard magazine, they're like, okay, you get to pick your 2 best pencilers to be on the list for top 10 artists, Wizard artists. And they did the same thing with writers. Oh, it was made me so sad. I was like, oh, my beloved industry.
So Art of Roy's asking if you're doing different covers. We should show him, because you did personally do more than one cover.
Oh, I was going to ask that if you had different Kickstarter covers.
Dude, he's talking between campaigns. No, the cover, this campaign is a what we like to call a mirror campaign, Roy. So basically, it's the same campaign, same perks, everything. Because I didn't want to do something different for the Kickstarter to where people would be like, oh, that's not available on Indiegogo. You're just doing that for Kickstarter to make me come over. And I already backed it. Now you want me to back your Kickstarter. And I just, anybody can do whatever they want with their campaign. I don't care. It's their campaign. But I didn't want to do that because I didn't want somebody that already backed it be like, oh, that's awesome. Now I have to go create an account for Kickstarter. Because I have talked to some people that don't have accounts on Kickstarter or don't have accounts on Indiegogo. And I just didn't want to do that. So it is literally just a mirror campaign. And the hope is, to raise some funds. These funds will be totaled to what's raised on Indiegogo as that one keeps going. So we hit stretch goals faster because all the stretch goals go to the Kickstarter backers as well. And I just think that's the fair way to do it for people. So that is how we're doing it. And thank you.
It's really just to reach a broader audience. I mean, like I said at the beginning, some people only do one or the other, and we want everybody to have a chance. And because we're all family, one big one, doesn't matter if you're on dad's side or mom's side, all the funds are going to total up together. So everybody gets equal, just like both kids are equal in our eyes.
Well, there's always one.
There's always a favorite.
I mean, Dennis, you've told me many times that you choose Elizabeth over Jonathan. I mean, many times.
Whoa. We had shirts at Christmas that disprove that.
We had shirts where you handed them out for Christmas that would pick the favorite.
So we had gone to Wahlburgers, right, with friends of ours when we were on vacation, and they have a shirt that says "Mom's favorite," right? So we bought 2 shirts. One of my children are in Korea right now, and she came home for Christmas, and the other one's up in Chicago. So we had mailed my sons to him. And then we called him and said, hey, yeah, you're our favorite. So when you pick your sister up from the airport, make sure you're wearing your shirt. So our daughter was here for Christmas. She got the shirt and she goes, oh my God, you finally admitted I am your favorite. And they're like, yeah. And when you go, your brother's going to pick you up from the airport. You need to wear your shirt so he knows you're the favorite. She was so sure that only she got the shirt. When she got picked up, my son walked out wearing the shirt. She was so pissed. She really was angry. It was awesome. Yes, they both got the shirt that says Mom's favorite.
Andy, you should answer this question.
I'm going to. Agent Cub, why should I back the Kickstarter over the Indiegogo one? I mean, if you've already backed the Indiegogo one, then thank you very much for the support. But I mean, you don't have to. It's literally, we want to launch the Kickstarter to reach a broader audience because there are those out there that are one or the other. They're not both. A good example is myself. I'm fine with both. I back stuff on Kickstarter. I back stuff on Indiegogo. If it's a cool project, doesn't bother me. I'll back it. And then I just wait for the mail to show up. So if you've already backed it, then thank you very much. More power to you. But there is no difference. It's just a preference for somebody that's, learning about the campaign now that never heard about it, and then they can make a decision on what they rather do. So that's all it is.
Because in theory, we have been shadow banned, so there are people out there who had not heard of us, and you can't go on Indiegogo and find us. This, it's another option.
Right. 40% said, no, they didn't require anything different. It's the same campaign. And like Dennis said, it is the sad fact that for some reason on Indiegogo, the campaign doesn't show up. If you search my name, my other campaigns will show up, but this one won't. If you search Kor-Drath, the campaign doesn't show up. If you go to the, if you're just going to Indiegogo and you just are killing time and you go to I like comics, so you go to the comics part and you just start scrolling through their campaigns, doesn't show up. So because of that, I was like, we're going to do a Kickstarter campaign. So there's more reach, at least if somebody goes to Kickstarter just for the same reason to search around, it'll show up. Agent Cub, are you telling me there isn't more boobs in the Kicks? Unfortunately not. There's the same amount. There is the same amount in the Kickstarter one. But this it's not comic related, but White House says a second high altitude object shot down over Alaska. John Kirby, no relation to Jack Kirby, thank God, said Friday that the Department of Defense shot down a high altitude object that was in Alaska's airspace in the last 24 hours. It was flying at 40,000 feet and posed a reasonable threat to the safety of civilian flight. Now, before you say, what about the balloon? Supposedly the balloon was 60,000 feet and our airliners don't fly that high, but they do fly at 35,000. So out of an abundance of caution and at the recommendation of the Pentagon, Joe Biden ordered the military to down the object. They don't know much about it. They don't know where it's from. They know that the flight path is executed, took it over sensitive military sites. Yeah, like the balloon did that you didn't shoot down, for the love of God, over when it was over Alaska, or I don't know, when it was between Alaska and here. Sure, it was Canada at that time, whatever. Or I don't know, over Montana. So many places to shoot it down. No, I'm not giving Biden credit either. So
Biden, he doesn't know what's going on. There's a guy that's one of his advisors. They call the prime minister because he makes all the decisions. So, so I wondered what happened to that large drone I just finished building. I lost track of it.
I just got a picture of it. Hold on, I'm going to share my screen of what they shot down.
Oh God, now I'm just nervous of what Dennis is doing here. But okay,
it's a giant.
Let me remove this one so you can share that one.
It's a goose.
I know. I'm just like, what is he doing?
There it is.
Oh my God. How dare they shoot down the Enterprise?
Son of a gun. Why would they do that? Didn't you put your shields up? I mean, honestly, it's all it was an air-to-air missile.
It's the TOS as well.
Oh, you know what? It didn't get shot down. They just used their cloak. And the missile just exploded.
Oh, there you go. That makes me feel better.
Damn it.
Exploded on there. The missile hit their shields, and then they hit cloak.
No, the funny thing is that actually that was that's from an episode. Tomorrow is yesterday, I think it was. And that's where they actually go back in time and they wind up getting caught in the atmosphere. And then the Air Force is shot up to shoot it down. Major Christopher something. It's been a long time, but anyway,
when you nerd alert.
It's what it reminds me.
Nerd alert.
It's. Let me see if I can do the accent. It's the CCP's Enterprise. We shot down the Enterprise.
Oh, that's racist.
We will shoot down the Enterprise. Randy, thank you for the $2 super chat, and I was just about to bring it up. We've hit our funding goal. Woo!
Whoa!
Yes.
An hour and 10 minutes in. Wow.
Sincerely to everybody, if you are watching this, because we don't know. I mean, these could just literally be people going to Kickstarter. But if it is somebody that is watching the stream right now and you backed it on Kickstarter, sincerely, thank you very much. We want to be able to bring you as many of the stretch goals as possible. It's a 76-page book. So thank you very much. And we're going to continue here. And
But if we add the $500 onto the 75,777 over there, we're over 76,000. Only
Nice.
4 more thousand until the next stretch goal. Then,
See,
Andy,
which
what
is
is the next stretch goal?
Thank you very much, Nicholas. And by the way, what's the Indiegogo at? I will pull that one up. Thank you. I will do that. And congratulations. Thank you very much. Hail Indie Comics.
80,000 stretch goal. We will have to show that because
Yeah,
we are
what is
starting
that?
to close in on it.
What is the 80? Do you know,
I can
Dennis?
show you.
I do.
Oh, and he's
Dennis
going to show
knows.
us.
Yeah, it is showing us.
It's
It's the little bit Lilith character card. Oh, Andy got it
Oh,
already.
cool.
That's the stretch goal. Once we hit 80,000 combined,
Mhm.
want to make sure everybody knows that. So we're over 76,000 now. Now, I'm not great at math. I've always said that. Dennis touts himself as a math wizard. So he didn't actually give us the accurate number. He just said, 75,777 plus, 5, whatever. It's like 76 and change now. Way to go, math wizard.
Something. Why does it matter? I mean, I don't need to be Spock and calculate it, but if you want me to, I could, but it could change at any second.
Yeah.
All I know is that we're less than 4,000 away from this awesome character, 7x10, front and back, drawn by Andy, colored by Dan Lawless, and all the really cool abilities that minx of a succubus can do to you.
Another playable character that you can play with the Kor-Drath game, because it's not just a book. It's a game. So there you go.
So speaking of which, when we're done with here, I will make an announcement. So this will be breaking news about the gaming end of things for us.
Oh, there you go. Breaking news. I don't know. Oh my God. I got to text my daughter something. You guys chat among yourselves.
Well, let's just get us in the screen then.
But I don't want to talk to Dennis. He's mean to me.
Get us in the screen. Hey, hi.
He bullies me. He always bullies me. Uh-oh.
There
Look
you
how large
go.
and bullyish he is.
Yep. No, I would point. I always get it wrong.
Okay, I get it wrong too.
Quick.
Wait. Oh!
Did you see what I did?
Andy, I'm being bullied. How?
What are you doing?
All right, guys.
Plinking me?
You guys have been asking, so we already did some videos on. Originally, we were doing 5th edition version, which would be easily convertible over to Pathfinder. And the stat cards show it that way, which is cool. However, Hasbro / Wizards of the Coast really gave a middle finger. I have been knee deep for the last month into this. And
get ready for some nerd talk.
OGL 1.0, 1.1, 1.2. Paizo's launching their ORC to combat them, and everyone's trying to lure it. I got a feeling lawyers are going to start shooting each other from Paizo and Wizards of the Coast. So I think this is going badly. So the question is, do we really want to jump in with something where we have to deal with an OGL that they could pull away from us at any moment? Yes, they have now said we're backing off and you can use it, but they have just proven to us that at any moment they can change their mind and say, "Boink, we're taking it away." So what I have decided is there were a whole number. I'm going to show you. We've decided. You guys have been asking, am I going to build an entire world for campaigning for the game? The answer now is yes, that will be a future project. The module will just be step 1 where it's going to be story-based. But I've been searching, so I've ordered a whole bunch of different role-playing games to test them on. Robin is safe space. Rob, you always need safe spaces.
You can't stream from under the covers. That's the problem.
Oh no, what is this?
This is what we've decided to. I'm going to use for the world setting. Index card role playing game. It is an awesome, intuitive system. This entire thing is basically not only the rules, it's 5 different worlds, it's your monster compendium. It is a incredibly fun and intuitive game. I'm actually doing stuff on the virtual tabletop. I'm having to get using both Foundry and the Forge. And so anyway, we are using this, and this is what the world will be based on. The good news is it's so similar the way it's going to get set up that let's say you're using 3rd edition D&D, or you're playing 5th edition, or you're using Paizo version 1 or 2 or whatever. You guys will be able to convert very easily anything in here right into whatever world that you're using. Super simple. Like I said, the reason why I really fell in love with this, my magic system is completely different from a lot of your standard magic systems, the way it works. This one is so intuitive that I can build it. So anyway, I should probably start putting the link down into it. Index card RPG, drive-through RPG. Right now, I think this book was $16.50 with the PDF. It's just a great thing. So anyway, that's what my main one will be based on, but it'll be super easy for you guys no matter what you're playing.
Looks amazing. I'm incredibly impressed.
Really? Really? You think it looks amazing? Well, you know what?
Sounds amazing. Your description of whatever you were talking about is look at that. It's fantastic.
Look at that. You know what you heard? The peanuts. Wah, 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 wah.
That's only because of my ignorance. I bet it was brilliant.
Or you could be hearing what Fetterman's been hearing.
He's back in the hospital. You shut your mouth.
He just had a stroke.
Today?
He stroked out again.
He's been in for 3 days, I think.
Well, they're getting him ready.
I thought he was out just hearing the Peanuts voices as it was described.
They're getting ready for a presidential run. One more stroke and he'll be qualified. So 75% brain dead. You're ready for president of America.
That's right. That's right. Oh my God, my daughter.
Yeah, he's right. Dennis is hilarious. He's like all the great comic shop workers who used to engage in person, and I do. And it's comics, it's role playing, it's everything geeky stuff. Movies, TV shows, board games. I mean, you name it.
Yeah, but Dennis, you were the comic shop worker that would hold private individual meetings with customers in the bathroom, and that was just weird.
Yeah, that was uncalled for.
Yeah, that was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Wow.
The first time Dennis is like, I want to talk to you privately. And I'm like, okay. And we go into the bathroom and there's multiple stalls, which is nice. But then he's like, this stall is my office. And it's the handicap stall. And he's got a little desk in there and stuff. I'm like, dude, this is just weird.
You know, you and your back rooms, you're always in the back room. We go to the video store. Andy's here. He just said he was here. Oh, no, back room. Oh, okay. All right. We have to have a special pass to get in that room. And there was no door. It was just the beads. And Andy would come out and there would be the bead splitting.
What's he talking about, Andy?
There were no doors.
I don't know.
Something creepy.
Rob,
no, I've never played D&D, so that's why I giggled like a retard.
Rob.
So,
whoa. We use short bus person these days.
I apologize. I used to write a short bus.
Lord, why would you say that?
I am a mean, hateful, spiteful person.
You are.
Whoa, AJ. Whoa. Weren't you sneaking faith into customer sex? No, that was Andy who stuck faith into my book. When I ran to the bathroom, I came out. Andy's like, here's your books back. We went to check out. He's like, how many books did you get? I'm like, I don't know, 19, 20. Oh, let me see them. Oh, and I flipped through and wasn't paying attention. I checked out. He get outside and he goes, you should look through your books. Why would I want to look through your books? I don't know. You weren't paying attention. I flipped through it. He stuck a faith number 1. So I actually paid $1 for a faith number 1 because Andy stuck it in there. So Valiant, you are welcome.
What's
Could have
faith?
paid more than that.
What's faith number one? I have no idea what that comic.
Are you joking? All right,
Oh
hold
my
on.
God.
No, I'm not joking. I
Dennis,
haven't bought a
find it
comic
and share
book
your
in.
screen while I'm doing this.
Yeah, I
So
So
haven't
here's
bought
the
a.
Indiegogo page, just so everybody knows. On Indiegogo, we're at $75,777, 1,229 backers. And there you go. So this total and the Kickstarter amount will
What
be
do you
totaled
want?
together so we can reach stretch goals sooner. I still tweet and Facebook and Instagram this bad boy out every day. So there you go. I'm an awful friend. Son, what are you talking about? He doesn't tell you about the cool stuff I've gotten him, though. Every now and then I'll be like, Dennis, I got you a friendship gift. And it'll be a cool comic. And he'll be like, oh,
You
that's
pooped in a
cool.
present.
And
You pooped in a box.
every day I think to myself, when am I going to get a friendship gift in return? And it never happens.
Oh, Dennis, when are you going to poop in a box for him?
Hey, Dennis, read that
When I
comment.
turn them into earrings for him.
Read that comment.
Faith looks like a typical Freeman. Wow.
Oh,
Wow. You were on my happy Christmas card list, but I don't know I don't know if you're going to make the cut now.
So
Dennis,
are we gonna
Twitter,
see Faith?
Blue Boy, Dennis's Twitter is right below his name, or is his name Dinja's Comics? That's his Twitter handle.
I am going to pop it. The problem is all the pictures.
Oh, come on. Find the cover I got you.
Dude, the problem is it's only a 200 pixel cover and there's no big pictures of it. And they're literally showing up small. It's like nobody wants a big picture of it. Well,
Valiant put out no wonder they're getting ready to go bankrupt and they only put out a book a month. So this was their book they put out this month or whatever.
Well, that was the number
Dude,
one.
no, this book came out, what, 15 years ago?
What? 15 years ago?
No,
Yeah,
it was when Hillary was running for president.
All right, 2016.
Thank you.
Let me see.
Did it sell any copies or did they have to give them all away?
Oh no, it was terrible. The stores went gaga over it and they ordered so many.
I'm just going to move. I'm going to remove that. I found it. It's right here.
What? For one, that wire would be bending down farther for sure.
A lot more, right?
Yeah.
They're taunt, but they're not that taunt. Come on.
No, they have to be loose so they can sway in the wind and stuff. So she's sitting
I
on
know
that
you want
wire.
to see some of the interior art. I
Oh,
Rob
you know
wants
I
to
do.
see some of the interior.
Who drew it?
Oh, I found it.
Actually, Francis Portella did the main stuff, and Marguerite Savage did the fantasy sequence.
Here, pop
Like,
in
I
mine
guess
for a
it's-
second, Andy. That's the one I was actually trying to find.
Who?
Do you think Francis was able to sell any of the artwork?
Yeah, I'm sure Hillary has it.
Comic fans will always surprise you. I had a comic book fan who would always contact me from Germany who only wanted Batmobile pages.
By the way, that's hilarious.
Oh man, I had a female fan who only wanted the Kitty Pryde Pete Wisdom Excalibur pages.
Really?
Yeah, and I was always like, yeah, take them. Multi-panel pages with it's just Pete
dude, it was
Wisdom.
so popular. It was Pride and Wisdom. She got her own series.
Now, here's the thing.
Only person ever bought those pages.
Here's the thing. The art's not bad.
I
will not bag on the artist because the art isn't bad. But could you imagine? And I'm not saying that this is the first assignment for either one of the artists that worked on the book.
No.
I'm just saying that. Could you imagine that it's like you get a phone call, it's like, or an email, it's like, hey, we want to hire you for this gig. You're like, oh, great, what is it? And it's this, and you're like, are you kidding me? This is my. Oh, come seriously?
And the problem was anybody
Guys,
who
it's the Chinese weather balloon
that was either happy or sad. If you expressed your opinion in the shop, you were called out and mocked. So you couldn't say anything. It was just utterly ridiculous.
This is
What
one
are
of
they
the reasons.
doing?
Look at her facial expression. She looks happy.
Dude, that's so weird. That's so weird.
She's literally fantasizing about this guy. It's just like,
Wow.
and look, crazy eyes. Look, it's AOC with a red wig.
Yeah.
Can
you imagine?
Like,
Can you imagine the owner? Like, if I was the money guy at Valiant, I'd just walk in and go, "Hey, whose idea was this?" Just be like, "Get the fuck out before I beat you."
They literally, not only was it brought up, they thought it was a great idea. It's been so long, I don't remember the person's name, but they brought it up into the meetings, and they decided to go this totally woke direction, and they were like, "Yeah, no, this is the way we want to go." You do realize we're going to lose a lot of sales. Oh, it's fine. We're going to pick up so many new ones. How did that work out?
The people who they thought that would buy it don't even know where a comic book store is, much less buy a comic book.
Turn your DMs on for Twitter. Apparently they're
It is on. I've actually just DM'd some other people that were backing it and texting. So, Blue Boy, I don't know why my DMs are on.
You can see that Francis is a solid artist. He's a really good artist.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But you're just like, why isn't this a hot chick?
Marguerite is a good artist. The girl drawing the fantasy stuff is a good artist too. I don't have a problem with her work. I like her art, but it's just like, oh, look at this. We have another guest coming on, and it is Dandy Danlaw. Dan got a haircut.
That's perfect timing because I got to go. I wanted to be here for the beginning of the Kickstarter campaign, and everyone knows that Dan is my arch nemesis.
Really?
No. Wow! Did you know that, Dan?
But that's a great face to make when I say you're my arch nemesis. He's like, really?
That sounds kind of cool.
Dan,
I need an arch nemesis. God darn it.
Dan, the first time he did that to me, he goes, "Dennis, I'm just letting you know you're my arch nemesis." And I went, "Oh, good." And he's like, "Oh, I took that back." So just saying, you and I had different reactions.
All right,
Rob, before you go though,
yes.
That's your piece of artwork that I retweeted the other day. That thing with the robot. Is that yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's freaking cool, man. Man, that was wild.
I appreciate it.
By the way, this is the page that is the proud owner now. So Blue Boy texted me, and
that's right.
I recognize that character too, and I recognize Rob's metal AF signature at the bottom of the page. So
yeah, it's my version of McFarlane's signature. That's all I'm trying to do. I am I don't do anything original.
I know.
Andy knows quite well. He had to sit behind me at CrossShed.
Oh God!
AJ didn't recognize Dan without his creepy dark background.
Yeah, this is the daylight.
I know, dude. You're all lit up, nice and stuff. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm in. You can see I'm in a room. So.
I got to take off.
Okay.
Everybody go check out deathraider.com and my sign-up page, which you can get to from deathraider.com. I love everybody equally.
Oh, we really
he loves me more.
I do love Andy more, but otherwise, equally love.
You love your arch nemesis most.
In a different kind of way.
Yeah.
A different kind of way. All right, guys. Bye.
All right, later.
All right, dude, take it easy, Rob. How's it going, Dan?
I'm doing all right.
Camera, look out. I mean, honestly, it's like I could reach out and touch you. You're so clear.
I'm using my iPhone. You know, that's got the portrait mode on it, so you get it blurs the background a little bit, and that's you get that. You know, it gives the appearance of clarity. You know, it's like what you get.
Not to be too nerdy. What iPhone version is it?
I don't know.
It's not how long have you had it?
Just I don't know, a year or two. I don't know. It's not that old. It's not that old.
Okay, that's all. I mean, seriously, because the picture looks fantastic.
iPhone is probably like 12 models old. You know, just because you got to buy a new one every month for the latest features.
Oh, give me a break. Samsung sells a new phone every year.
How does Samsung come into this? We're talking iPhones here.
Yeah, but you're busting iPhone's balls because they sell a new phone once a year, just like Samsung does.
Do you have an iPhone, Andy? Or
I do.
Okay, well, the software that I use is called Camo. Is that and it's you have to load it onto your phone and onto your computer. And
Oh, so you downloaded an app for the phone?
yeah, for the phone and the computer, and they can talk to each other, and then it
So
works.
wait, are you? Now I'm really confused. So your iPhone
instead of going through my computer camera, I'm using my
Right.
iPhone. I got it plugged in through a USB port, and it's with the software on both ends, it works. You can use the camera as your phone. I mean, you use your to
But
live
you have
stream.
a Mac or a PC?
I got a Mac.
See, I have a PC, so I don't know if that would work.
I think the software did say they had software for PC too.
Oh, is it free?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I think there's a paid
nice.
I think there's a paid version too. It might have some more features to it and stuff like that, but I got the free one.
So can you do stuff like screen share? Like if you were like, "Hey, I want to share my screen," can you do?
Yeah,
that?
everything's the same. It's just you're just using your
I got
iPhone
it.
as a
Yeah.
camera versus the. I'm sure it's like any other plug and play camera,
All
but
right,
you
now
get
I'm just
you get
curious.
great quality, and it's just compared to my iMac camera, this is so much better.
All right, I'm going to look. We have another guest joining the show. It's Graham Nolan.
Whoa,
great.
gentlemen. Well, do you notice
How are you?
Rob leaves and everybody decides to come in? Oh,
I know.
finally, Rob's leaving. We can all show up now.
Dan was
know.
just on my stream a little bit ago. I saw you.
Yeah,
comment.
yeah. I mentioned my standing desk because, as I mentioned to you guys before, I threw my back out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it was an awful one. It was terrible. So I got to change my posture, and I got this thing that just fits on top of the tabletop.
Yeah.
You can lower it, and lower it, raise it, and
I've seen
Where are
it.
you standing right now?
It's on springs. Yeah, I'm standing.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Did you watch my show about back posture and exercise?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good. Hopefully it'll help you out with some of that.
Yeah.
Dan, you
I just have.
resemble Conan.
Hmm?
See, Blue Boy says you resemble Conan, he thinks. So all those Conan things you do, so you're obviously doing self-portraits.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just missing the
right.
muscles. That's all.
All the rest of it.
I got the ferocity. I got the grit, but I just little bit wimpier. Than
Oh,
Conan.
come on,
And
Graham.
short
You've
hair.
heard that before. You've heard Graham swollen before. I know
Oh,
you
yeah.
have.
Yeah, I've heard it, but
But yeah, after I listen to Graham, though, maybe I'll start getting all big and muscular again, as I used to be. Well, not used to be, but
listen, you girly man, I will make you strong in muscles.
that's right.
Well, Dan, just so you know, I started the carnivore yesterday.
Okay, yeah, I've been doing it too. Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh, you did
it's
start it
actually
yesterday, huh?
I actually really like the idea. I mean, just my favorite things like steak and eggs and shit. Like,
Butter.
really, steak and egg and butter and cheese.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
That sounds good, man.
Yeah. And
So-
you're not hungry. I mean, you can go a whole day.
Yeah, the sugar thing hasn't been too hard either. Getting rid of that, and the bread, I don't seem to miss it too much. But like you said, if you had freshly baked bread and that smell, that would be tough. But
Yeah, we're having that on Valentine's Day. Julie's making some fresh bread, and we're having a pasta dish. So I'm going to be falling off that wagon hard that day. So
so, like, if you do that one day, how does that set you back? How much?
it doesn't. I mean, you actually have to consume more than like 2,000 calories a day for over a week just to gain 1/8 of a pound of fat.
Oh,
So, I mean, if you fall off, I mean, yeah, my weight might go up because I'll be retaining water from the carbohydrates and all that kind of stuff, but it's not gonna, you just hop back on the next day and, you burn through that glycogen and you'll be fine.
Let me answer this real quick. I don't have a web store, I do have a web store, but Jungle Lords isn't on it. If you want, because I do have a few left, that's why it's not part of an add-on for the current campaign. Shoot me an email from my website, andysmithart.com, and I can get you one. I can let you know what I have left, because there were some variant covers for that one as well. So just shoot me an email, andysmithart.com, and we'll figure it out, Brian. Thanks. Well,
So,
it's
Andy,
funny, Graham, because
Are you up right now? Are you live on Kickstarter?
live, we met our $500 goal.
Oh, wonderful.
I know. Yeah, we're live. I kicked it live at 3:00 when we went on. There were some of the add-on stuff we had to figure out because they do add-ons differently. So
Yeah, it's weird.
like I asked, you can't customize your add-ons. I asked Kickstarter that too, and they wrote back and said no. Every add-on goes with every perk. So I don't have T-shirts on the main campaign page. But T-shirts are an add-on. But if you do it, it says it ships separately, and then the shipping is just the same as if you ordered the T-shirt by itself.
Really?
Yeah, we had it set up like our Indiegogo, and I had to go and remove all the T-shirts and stuff because they just work it differently. And when Andy got it, we're like, well, I guess we have to do it this way. You live and learn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is this your first Kickstarter, Andy?
No, I've done. I was looking where it said. I think this is technically. Where the hell does it say? It usually says somewhere under your name. I can't find it, but no, this is like I started on Kickstarter years ago, and then switched over. First Man was my first Indiegogo, so that's when I made the switch.
Okay.
Did anybody indicate to you that they wanted they like to use quick Kickstarter? What was the reason for doing this?
The big reason was, it's not we've all talked about it on streams. A lot of us are shadow banned on Indiegogo, so you can't search the campaign or find
that's
it.
terrible. Yeah.
You can't even go to Indiegogo just as if you're bored one day at work or something and click comics and just start scrolling to see if anything catches your eye. It won't show up.
Yep.
So, Google search doesn't show up. That's why we created Kor-Drath.com. And then there are a few people that are one or the other. I said earlier that I've backed, and I still back stuff on both platforms because I don't care if it's a cool project. I want it.
Yeah.
So
it's not the platform.
So that's why we did it.
Yeah.
Even a couple of friends of mine, they're like, yeah, I won't do Indiegogo. And I'm like, does it matter? And they're like, yep, I have a Kickstarter and that's what I'll do. And I'm like, okay. So
some people don't want to create another account.
Yeah. Well, they're all basically equally bad at this point. That these people can swarm any one of these. They got Mike Barron's Private American taken off of Kickstarter, Crowdfunder,
and Crowdfunder now.
Yeah. I think he might still be on Indiegogo, but he is shadow banned there. So
he's on Indiegogo still, yeah.
Yeah. So it's terrible. The two of them got just removed completely.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad he's going through with that lawsuit. Let him have it, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's going to send a message to all these other people that are going after him in these public ways. That okay, you're going to try and have tortious interference. Well, let's see what happens.
Yeah, and it is torturous. I mean, that's a devastating blow to your crowdfunder if you can't.
Well, I hope he not only wins. I hope he gets punitive damages and everything off.
It doesn't sound like he's going for punitive damages, as he said the other day. He just wants an apology.
I didn't hear that.
But I think he should go for damages.
I think he should too, because at some point it isn't just trying to recuperate your name. It's now you got to send a message and let other people know if you're going to really do this. There's going to be consequences for what you're lying about. I mean, real consequences.
Right, I think so.
But those people, how much money do they have?
That's the thing.
You can go after them, and you can make them owe you money, but do they have the money to pay? No. So
that's just it. You'd get a judgment, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. And
then, but again, let's say it wound up being $500,000. Because of it. If I said, oh, crap, I was going to go after so-and-so, wow, if he got hit with it, you never know what could happen to me. I don't have $500,000. It might get some of these not so nice people to back off. I mean, even though they might not recover that money, it's the fact that Fox News, all these different ones would start reporting on it going, wow, $500,000 judgment, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, yeah. And some of these punks, they got parents, rich parents. So
it's all about sending a message.
Yeah. But real quick, back to the whole diet stuff and like not falling off the wagon, but like you said, on Valentine's Day, Wednesday, Dennis and I went out after our show and we went to a really good burger joint. And I got a burger and stuff, but I didn't chuck the bun. I ate the bun, and they make fantastic cheese curds. I got those too.
The best.
And it
in
is
North
funny,
Carolina.
the next day the weight tacked up, and then the day after that it was back down to where it was before.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not gonna. You can't beat yourself up over. You got to live life and enjoy life. But you just keep. It's a lifestyle change. You and then you go off maybe once in a while for a holiday or a special occasion, and it's no big deal. You go back to your lifestyle, and you're going to be consistent, and you're committed, and you'll get to where you need to go.
Yep. So did you already do your video today? Because don't you do it live on Fridays?
Yeah, I did it. I just ended it, and then I saw your post, so I figured I'd come in. We have I usually do it in the evening on Fridays, but
That's what I thought.
it's like 7. But we have dinner guests coming over, so I figured I'll get it out this morning or this afternoon, and then we got folks coming over in a little bit, so I just wanted to come in here and give you some props and say hey.
How's the snow up there? Do you have snow?
Down to the grass.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, down to the grass. In fact, it was 55 today, I think. It's we've had some really cold days. We had a lot of wind last night, but temperature wise, it's not that bad. There's no snow on the ground, so it's all right. Problem for us this year is that because the lake hasn't frozen, it's been cloudy as hell. I mean, we went from the end of November through most of January without seeing the sun.
Oh,
God, that was the worst.
That messes with you, man.
Oh,
dude, that is why I had to move out of Syracuse, because I just can't deal with that.
Yeah.
We get like we'll get like 4 days in a row here, which is a lot of cloudiness and stuff. And by day 3, I'm just like, all right, this got to go.
Yeah.
I need
People
some
really,
sun.
really cranky and salty. It's like, good morning. What's so good about it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of depressing too. It's just when
it's
just
very depressing.
when it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and it looks like it's like 6 o'clock. Like it's like
it's
man.
dark early.
I know.
But
that's another thing too. Is the short days. That just makes it even worse.
But now it's getting brighter and we're getting more sunshine. And we're already, we're almost at the halfway mark here of February. If we get through that, we're good.
Yeah, Graham, I get similar weather to you in Michigan here. We got the lake effect stuff and that sort of thing. So
yeah, and are you on Superior or Michigan? Lake Michigan.
Well, no, it's Michigan side. Yeah, I mean the the east side of Detroit.
Yeah. Okay. Does your lake ever freeze?
Not Lake St. Clair. That doesn't fully freeze. That's too large, very large lake.
Oh.
But some of the the smaller lakes will freeze.
Well, because Lake Erie will freeze.
Really?
Oh yeah. That's when we're happy, because when the lake freezes, then you don't get lake effect snow.
Okay.
Oh, Michigan never freezes, even though I swear to God it's 60 degrees year round. Try swimming in it. So Superior, I guess. That's always cold.
Oof.
Wow.
That's just crazy talk. Hey, I got a question for you, Graham.
Yeah.
The other night or the other morning, I woke up and I don't know, something with how I slept, I guess. I can only turn my head that far to the left, and then it really hurts.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a muscle thing, I assume, but
yeah,
I guess time is all I can do for it to go away, right?
Ibuprofen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Muscle relaxer.
Man, it's just
muscle
like
relaxer. Yeah, take that and that'll help you out.
Or if you can feel it, an X-Acto knife, just right there.
oh, okay.
Well, you got to go all the way around.
Go all the way around.
Go all the way around.
And then pull my tongue through.
Yeah, I've had that where you sleep funny or something. You wake up and you're like, oh.
Seriously, it was so weird. I woke up and I was like, oh my God, that is pain. What the hell? That's because you're a conservative. Only go to the right. That's
That's right.
Dude, I didn't watch the State of the Union because I had better things to do. But I've heard clips. Did you guys hear that clip where he was just yelling angry about?
I watched
about. Yeah, he was just like, and you name somebody else like Xi Jinping or blah blah, and it's just like
maybe one person that would trade places and oh my god, and then you're like, what is he talking about?
I know.
The only time he doesn't slur or mess up is when he's angry. So he's got like one emotion, and he revs up, and he gets like that, because as soon as he brings it on down and starts to talk, he goes, you know, and you're like, oh my god.
Well, that was like the very beginning of it, where he was saying like, you know, I'll veto it or whatever. But then what he said he'd veto or whatever, it was just a mismatch of like letters. And then there's all this clapping, of course, because, you know, they have to. And you're just like, what are you clapping for? Literally nobody could understand what he said.
Well, how about the vice president? I mean, her thighs must be killing her the next day from all the squats she was doing. She was up and down, up and down, up and down. You know, she should have put a bar over her neck and just at least got a workout in, you know?
Oh, yeah.
If you can understand the Swedish chef from the Muppets, well, then you can understand Joe Biden. I mean, it's just picking up on that language.
Somebody remarked that she looked like she had fish gills, and when she was crunching her neck when she was sitting
That's
down.
what I was going to say.
That line in the back there, it's like everything looked like it. It was like we were talking about with the X-Acto knife. Like somebody did that, and it grew back together.
Well, that's just it. People were like, what is going on? Is that really Kamala? And obviously the innuendo was, it's a mask, baby. And we know it wasn't, but it looked like it because of the way the line went across.
Yeah,
it's just like, oh my God. It was horrific.
Yeah, the reptilian creatures underneath it, just rip it off.
It's V. Remember V?
Yeah, I was going to say it's V for sure. Yeah. It's just crazy. So how is production on Ghost of Matacumba Key going?
Good. I just finished page 15.
Oh.
So I'm moving along. It's a nice big splash of Misty Fahrenheit in a bikini holding a fish.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, nice cheesecake shot.
So, Graham, when are you projected to ship?
August.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
But Joe Frankenstein's going to be a down and dirty campaign because the files are all ready to go on that. So once that one ends, it'll go off for formatting into the printer, and we'll fulfill. We're going to start that March 1st, go to April, and we'll probably fulfill. I'm hoping to fulfill that in May.
So you're just doing a 30-day on that one?
I haven't figured it out yet. It might be just 30, and then it'll go in demand while I'm putting it all together. But then it'll shut. You know, it's not going to go on for 6 months. You know.
So what's the story with Joe Frankenstein? What's the premise?
The premise is there's this boy, Joe Pratt, who's grown up, has spent his whole life in foster homes, and he is delivering pizzas one night, and he gets attacked by these vampires. And then he's saved by this benefactor, and the benefactor turns out to be the Frankenstein monster, who tells him that he is not Joe Pratt, that he is the last descendant of Victor Frankenstein, and that he's in fact Joe Frankenstein, and that the monster has been spending the last 200 years watching over these descendants as penance for the crimes that he did and for killing the old man, so to speak, and defending them against his bride, because the bride wants what the monster has, and that's eternal life, which she doesn't. And there's a codex in his bloodstream, and the key is in Joe's bloodstream, and she needs his blood to decode the secret of eternal life.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. And got Chuck Dixon writing it? So
I wrote it, and Chuck co-wrote, or actually, you know, I wrote 90% of it, and then Chuck, you know, did some stuff in it as well. But
like the scripting or what? Did you like to do the script or something like that, or what?
We plotted it together, and then, well, it's more than that. You know, I plotted a lot of it, and then he came in with pieces of it, and then I scripted it, sent it to him for any kind of changes he wanted to add, and we did it that way. So, but it's mostly my show on this book.
Now, is Joe Frankenstein that's going to fit in with Chenu and all these other books? Are you bringing them together? What's the full universe? Are they all going to fit together?
They're all fit together, and
Oh,
when
that's cool.
when Ghost of Matacumba Key comes out, you'll see exactly why.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
nice.
There's an epilogue in there where you're gonna go like, holy shit, that's how it works. AJ,
cool.
will Joe Frankenstein have additional content than the hardcover doesn't have? Yeah, well, first off, it's gonna have new covers, and then it's also gonna have some behind the scenes backstory stuff. I want to showcase Gaspar Saladino, the great letterer too, who did one of his last. He's the guy who designed Swamp Thing's logo and all this great stuff for DC and Marvel. And one of his last logos was the Joe Frankenstein logo. So,
Oh, no way.
yeah. So I want to show some of his the rejected logos and the process that he went through as well. Plus, sketches and stuff like that wasn't in the hardcover.
So when he did the logo, I assume because he's an old school guy, it was hand drawn, right?
Yep.
So do you own it?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, it's on like this little piece of paper about this big. Looks like
Really?
It's like he cut it with a scissor,
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Has anybody done
That's
anything
cool.
like, they have these black light posters, but what about, like, I remember when I was a kid, you get something kind of spooky, a glow in the dark kind of thing. Would that be kind of cool, like a glow in the dark image or something? Because when I'm thinking of the image that I saw of Frankenstein that you had put up there, Graham, it had those greens and those yellows. It almost like lends itself to something like that. I don't know. Do you guys remember when you were younger and you got a glow in the dark? Anything Halloween glow in the dark?
Age of Aquarius to Iron Man. I mean, yeah, those blacklight posters were awesome.
I'm not talking black, like I'm talking glow in the dark, like when you're a kid.
yeah.
Halloween stuff that was green. It was like
It's like that whitish color.
Yeah.
Then you
It's like lime.
turn the light off, and then it would be that
right.
green.
Which I thought was the coolest thing, man.
I had the skeleton ones with like the sword and stuff, so it was all the skeletons. And I would purposely put on, I also had a spotlight type thing, so I would shine that before it. Then when it was really dark, you'd flip it out there, and they were just on the wall, big and in there. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. It's great being a kid.
Agent Cub, to answer your question, my other books are available now in the Ghost of Matacumba Key campaign. They won't be available in the Joe Frankenstein campaign. That's going to be strictly Joe-centric. So if you're interested in those, you can go to Compass Comics and access them there, or you can go to Compass Comics or use the link that Randy Howell has put in here for Ghost of Matacumba Key, because again, I'm shadow banned. You can't search it. So
if you have a link, you have a link for the Indiegogo on Compass Comics for Ghost, right?
Correct. Yeah. So if you go to Compass Comics, you can get to Ghost of Matacumba Key or Joe Frankenstein right from there.
Right. No, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what we did. We did the same thing with Kor-Drath. There's a link right at the top of every page. Order here, goes right to Indiegogo.
Yep. So, we're gonna beat these bastards one way or the other.
Yeah. Well, they'll just make you stronger, because then you make you totally independent, and you can control your own finances and stuff. That's what's going to happen. Everyone's doing their own website. Graham, aren't you doing your web? You're doing a website, right?
I was, but that's stalled. The contractors have stalled out on me. So, that's a back burner thing now.
Oh, here's a good one. I know Graham's answer, and I know Aaron's answer.
Well, I'd say, yeah, let's do it, and then I'll own Garbage Man.
I mean, the correct answer is Kor-Drath would just take his axe and just chop them both up like that, and it'd be done.
But that's why Chris didn't put Kor-Drath in there, because that's right. That's just a moot point.
Exactly.
Give me a 6-page story. I'll do it all. Put them all in there.
There you go.
It's like the wrestling videos. We'll just have all the characters in a ring.
Right.
Yeah.
Dan, what is up with? What are you working on these days? Like, what are you doing?
I'm kind of almost running dry with the comic book assignments right now, but I do advertising stuff, and that's
what I meant.
A little bit busier. It's not exactly fun stuff. I was drawing Coach purses today.
Ooh.
Wow.
I do, just it's advertising stuff. So,
But
I'm
you
like,
could be a lot more busier if you do continuity pages, Mr. Cover Man.
That's right.
yeah. Well, I mean, I do have my own comic book that I want to get rolling on. So I have written
Okay.
it.
All right.
So I mean, it's a kind of it's a barbarian type thing, but a little more war, more knights and stuff. Like that sort of thing. I would not less barbaric, more kind of.
Have you started it?
I have not started it, but I've written it.
Okay. All right.
Oh, cool. Well,
and it's
that worked. That counts. Jay Lee says to show the Minna art you did for him.
Pardon me?
Right here. Here, I'll show the comment again. There.
Oh, the Mina art.
Mina.
Yeah. Is that for the Steins?
Yeah, for the Steins.
Well, let's
Where's
see
my-
it.
Hang on, I just got to turn my tablet on.
Is it
Take,
Nina?
take,
Yeah.
take a few minutes for me to find it here. Hang on a second.
Take a few minutes. Come on, you need to be organized.
He's got a lot of pictures.
Wow.
He just did like 500 coach purchases before he got on. Give him a minute, Andy.
Hey,
The real question is, can you get a discount for
I
your
wanna
wife
see
on
the Coach
those?
purses.
My tablet's not coming on from here. What's going on? I meant to share the screen with the.
It's on the clapper. Now it'll work.
Oh, great. You
Yeah.
just turned something off in somebody's house.
Clap on. Clap on.
I would say the Amazon assistant just to see if anybody watching hears it in their house, but mine would wake up and I don't want it to. So
What's going on? I don't know if I can share you guys because
wouldn't do it if you don't call it Alexa.
my
You
tablet's
dick.
working fine.
you didn't give it a command though. You just said the name, so that's not going to do anything.
Oh.
Yeah, see, you actually like sometimes I'll listen to a podcast and the host will be like, what you just said, and then play this, and then mine starts doing it, and I'm like, oh. So
Oh, look at that. Dan gets a plus in his.
I know. There you go. This waiting is BS, Dan. Graham, you
I
got to
wasn't
pop a
ready.
different. You got to do your little headline underneath your name that says like Ghostmatic Kumbaki on Indiegogo or CompassComics.com or something, man.
That's a good idea.
You got to start working that
that's peer
headline.
pressure right here.
I got to start working a headline like a Russian pole dancer.
Yeah, man.
Andy wants his discount for Coach Purse, Dan. He's looking to go designer for Drag Night. Or when
So what,
Christina
AJ?
shows up.
AJ, I just want to look pretty when you come down for Heroes Con.
He is coming for Heroes. I'm very excited.
I
There
know.
we go.
It
There
ain't
it
going to
is.
be working for me today, you guys.
Oh.
Oh,
Unless I try to share it on my actual.
Yeah, I'm with Cunt the Hair. This
know,
waiting
right?
is bullshit, Dan.
there you go. There you go. There he is.
I'm back. Let me see.
He's back. By the way, Graham, did you hear that the U.S. shot down something over Alaska today?
What was it?
They don't. Honestly, all the thing says. I read it. Is it was they shot it down because it was 40,000 feet, which is too close to airlines,
Okay.
and but don't know where it's from. Don't really know what it is. So, all right. See, you got it. Here we go.
There it
Oh,
No, that worked perfect. Okay. I thought I'd use my tablet. I usually use my tablet, but this is fine.
so is this 100% digital? As in, you drew it digitally too?
No,
or-
I penciled it and tight penciled, and I scanned it in and colored it, and then voted it out.
Nice.
It's sharp.
So-
Dan.
So, Jake, what are you using it for? That's the question. What do we use
I think it's a trading card.
I was going to say trading card.
Yeah. Yeah, I always make my figures pretty big when I'm doing trading cards. So,
Yeah.
Looks
Yeah, that's
good.
cool, man.
yeah.
Very
Oops.
nice. That's nice,
Okay.
brother.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I gotta go. I gotta go pick up Pumpkin. She's at daycare.
All right, dude.
Yeah.
All right, brother. We're going to be wrapping it up
to
anyhow.
see
It's
you,
5. My wife is probably done working for the day, so
Well,
take
good
it
to see
easy,
you
brother.
guys.
Thanks for
Yeah,
popping in.
hey, congratulations,
Later, Nick.
Dennis and Andy, and
Yeah, thanks, Graham.
yeah, you bet. Go kill it, guys.
All right,
Thanks,
dude.
chat.
Take care.
Okay, see you guys.
Okay,
Bye,
see ya.
man. Oh, what's this? Poster's 12 by 18. Oh, is he doing a poster?
Ooh.
Did you guys see the piece I did for Aaron for his Wraith of God?
Yes. Dude, those guns came out great. I'm not
didn't
joking.
see
They
it,
look
Dan.
really
Hint,
freaking nice.
hint.
You can show it if you want.
Yeah, I'll show that one too. Hang on a second.
Oh, what's up, Fragaboom? Crush it, dude.
Oh.
You know, we're trying. We have reached our goal. You know, the whole point of the Kickstarter campaign is just to reach more fans and you know, try and get the word out more. It's not like, oh, we're gonna blow. Well, you know, I'd love it if the Kickstarter blew past a ton, but it'll just go to the total of the Indiegogo, so everybody can get the glorious stretch goals and such. So thank you very much.
We're less than 4,000 away from Lilith.
That's right. Fraga is hard at work. He really does the professionals and maybe something here and there, but generally he's just trying to bust out to get black flag out to you guys. That is honestly why.
He just doesn't have time for titillating conversations like this right now.
Well, it's honestly because he doesn't like Dennis. I shouldn't have said that online.
Oh, damn.
AJ is coming to Heroes Con.
Yes.
He's going to sleep in we just bought a brand new refrigerator, and I said I'd rent him out the refrigerator box in the backyard to sleep in. So, oh, it's family night. Dan, it's not nighttime yet, though. What does Dan do on family night? Is there a family movie? Is that what you do?
Which Dan? Dan Fraga?
Are the three of you going to Tampa Con in July? That is still up in the air, and as soon as I know, you'll know. What? Wait, oh, right. You shared the screen. That's what I wanted to do. There we have it.
Yep.
Dude, seriously, those guns look great.
Yeah. Well, I just got good reference, you know.
Well, I know. I was just going to say, though, I mean, I know Aaron bought a model one to use, but I'm assuming you did not and just used reference from online. They came out fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah,
that looks awesome.
So,
I like the smoking. I like all the smoke. It's a little excessive smoke coming out of those things, but you play it up, you know, when you're doing this.
Well, that just means he did a lot of shooting.
A lot of shooting.
Extra hot.
And then another thing too is the Wraith of God. Who knows? These guns are imbued with this, you know,
that's
even whatever energy is supernatural energy. So,
come on, Dan, tell us what the movie is. You're now keeping everybody.
I know
in
he's
suspense.
just saying family movie at home. That is vagary.
I mean, I know you have young children, so it can't be, you know, something too risque.
It's not an Andy
unless
movie.
It's two family nights. It's family night with the kids, and then once the kids go down, it's another movie night, if you know what I mean.
The Exorcist. Well, that would not be a bad. Well, maybe for the kids, but that would be a good one for the second one. That is a good movie.
That's true. It would. It would. Well, there you go, guys. Let's see. I'll wait, see if Dan answers. AJ says, respect, God, family, work. Sounds like your priorities are in line. His priorities are always in line. Well, guys, we did, you know, it was a low funding goal of 500 because we just want to get to that goal today. I had a feeling we definitely would in these short 2 hours. So thank you for who backed it. If you're watching, thank you very much. And, you know, share it out. Indiegogo as well. That campaign is still live. If you've backed Indiegogo, thank you. And we really appreciate it. Like I said, up to page 35, I did send out an update on Indiegogo showing a snippet of the page, the bottom half of the page. I don't really know if I can keep showing full or show more full pages because I don't want to spoil anything.
The first how many pages is up to be read though? You can read
8 pages are up
8 pages
right
are
now. 8 pages are up at Kor-Drath.com.
And Andy just finished page 35. So you know, we're almost at the halfway point.
Yeah, it's really good. It draws you in. It's exciting. I mean, it's you can tell you guys have put a lot of thought into this because it's just the characters are you feel like you know them pretty fast. So that's good.
Cool. That's what I like to hear.
That is the plan. Puss in Boots. That's not a bad one. Dennis watched it and he thought it was great. So
I did. My wife and I sat down, and you know, since he came out in Shrek, I'm like, I do love Antonio Banderas. I mean, you can't go wrong with him usually, and It was cute. It was adorable. So, I mean, if that's what you want, it's a solid movie.
There's a few
There
movies
you
I have
go.
never seen the middle of. I've seen the beginning and the end of it a bunch of times, like some of these kid films. So I'll fall
Oh.
asleep, and then the next thing the credits are rolling, and I'm like, oh, I missed it again. I think it's the Pixar's Grinch that my kids have played it a couple times, and it's like, Dad, you've never seen? No, I never. I
I
saw.
don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah.
I don't
Dan,
think I
have you
have
seen
either.
The Goonies?
Yeah. I've seen the Goonies.
Have you seen E.T.?
Yeah. I mean, those are back when I was awake. In my younger days.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just making sure because most real Americans have seen those particular movies.
Oh! Now I'm un-American because I haven't seen those two
Wait.
movies.
Whoa,
Wait a minute. You didn't see E.T., Andy?
No.
Really?
Dan, have you seen Rocketeer?
Yeah.
Oh,
I liked it. It was pretty cool.
I've seen
it was good. No, you haven't.
I have. You keep saying I haven't seen it. I saw it. I said it was fine. I didn't think it was great. You're like, oh,
Yeah,
my
I was going to
God,
say
it's
it wasn't
literally the
great,
greatest
but it was...
movie ever. No.
Oh, look, Randy actually did the math because Dennis was too lazy.
That's why Randy's here because he is amazing and he's probably got a spreadsheet set up for us and everything like that. Andy, he's just like, Dennis, do the math. I mean, because Andy doesn't do math.
I don't.
He ran
But
out of
you're right.
fingers and
Thank
toes.
you. Thank you for that, Randy. So we're creeping up to the next stretch goal. 80,000 gets the Lilith character card. She's a playable character in the game. Oh, now see, I've seen that. I believe all of us have seen this.
Many times. Even my kids and nieces and nephews. I mean, that is a fun family outing right there.
They can't play it anymore, though, can they?
No, you have to own it. So thank God I own.
The thing is,
and hard copies.
it's not making fun in any way of black people. It's making fun of white people, and so
Right.
it's like it's
right.
That's the genius of it.
Exactly. So it's like it's ridiculous now.
That's
People
the
are
genius
so
of it.
hypersensitive about everything. Like, oh, come on,
Yep.
Well, that's
need to
because,
relax.
All right, guys.
Dan, you missed the comic that Andy read at the beginning, the Avengers comic. They put a disclaimer at the beginning of his comic book saying it was offensive. Andy, you should read it quick.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
Dan wasn't here. You got to hear this.
All right.
Well,
Hold on.
remember
I'll
when we were
read-
kids? You had these, these army men and all this stuff. You had the Nazis and versus American
Well, no,
soldiers.
this is
Yeah. Now you
this
can't even
is
have that
more-
anymore. You can't even have history.
This is just Avengers. It's the facsimile edition. It came out this week of Avengers number 8.
Okay.
Okay. All right, hold on a second. My wife is now texting me.
Wow. Don't they know you stream, Andy? I mean, really.
Wait. Hold on. Oh my God! Did they get another one? They got another one at 4:36. What the?
What, they shot something down at 4:36?
No, they're just trying to do something. Let's see. Someone.
Wait, what did they shoot down? Another weather balloon?
They shot down an
something down.
unidentified object right before we went live over Alaska.
Oh man, aliens? You think it could have been an alien ship?
Well, yeah, you missed it. I was going to pop it up for Dan. I actually had the picture of the Starship Enterprise. That's what it was from Tomorrow's Yesterday when they went back in time into 1969 and the Air Force shot, at it.
Yeah.
I posted that up there. That's what they shot down. And then Graham came on, so he missed it. So, yeah.
Okay, so real quick. Avengers 8 Facsimile Edition. Obviously, I don't own Avengers 8, but I wanted it because I like Jack Kirby, Kang, whatever. So see the big rectangle right here in yellow?
Yeah.
It is it's literally, it's so ridiculous. It's a disclaimer. It literally says,
For what? What did they do wrong?
it says this previously published content includes negative depictions and or mistreatment of people or cultures. These stereotypes were wrong then and are wrong now. Rather than remove this content, we want to acknowledge its harmful impact, learn from it, and spark conversation to create a more inclusive future together. There's only one thing, and I went through this book page by page on stream. There's only one thing that we can all think that is the problem, and it's not even in the story, because I read the story, and there's nothing wrong in the actual story. It's that ad, and it's the text. It's the font in the ad.
And what's
possibly-
Ubiwadza?
That's possibly what they're talking about. So,
What is that? What's
I
an
don't
ad
know.
for?
well, it's just an ad for boys, men. I'll help you master Ubiwadza. Ubiwadza is the secret, amazingly easy art of self-defense.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
And for any fans of Friends out there, it's the same thing as unagi. They just had a different name for it. And AJ, no, we cannot get us through a stream without bringing up Star Trek. And yes, I saw how you spelt it, so I'll forgive you for doing that on purpose.
Exactly.
You know, when I was a kid,
saw it.
I was in something called Indian Guides. It was not like the Boy Scouts, but we were all Indian tribes and Indian names, and we dressed up. And
Oh,
we
yeah.
had dresses and stuff. I loved it. Now, see, that you can't do that today, apparently. But it's like, well, why not? You know, if you like the culture, that's a good thing, right? I mean, I don't know.
But honestly, I read this book because I thought it was something in the story, right? Like maybe they, used some dumb slur or something that was popular back then that you can't use today. I still wouldn't have put the disclaimer on the book, but I read it. There's nothing,
Oh
right?
my gosh.
So I'm just like, it's got to be that ad because all the other ads are fine. But the thing is, you don't even need to print it because as soon as you print it, people that like me got it, read it, and they're like, "Ooh, what is it? Now I got to find it."
Right.
Maybe it was a way to sell more comic
Yeah,
books
man.
so that guys like you would get it.
Maybe
And they
it's a test for like the.
Well, I didn't buy it because of that.
Maybe it's a test for these people. They give it to them as a test. Though, find the offensive stuff. Make it up.
Yeah,
If you
it's
don't
like,
get
where's
any,
Waldo?
make it up.
Make it up. Exactly. Maybe they used the word because it was very popular back then. Rube. Oh my God, you can't say that today. Well, half the people today don't.
If you can find the offense in the Avengers comic, you will have learned.
Right.
No, it's actually, if you can find the offense in this comic, you'll get a no prize. Perhaps it was Wasp showing camel toe. You never know. Maybe it was one of the guys showing a little moose knuckle. I don't know. All the disclaimer does is draw attention to it. Exactly. So
I don't know.
Well, guys, we've been going for 2 hours, 12 minutes. We have dinner to get to and things like that. Thank you for joining us on the kickoff of the Kickstarter. We did reach the funding goal. Woohoo! It just gets us all closer because it's one big crowdfunding family to the next stretch goal. So thank you guys so much. The link for the Kickstarter is in the description down below. Randy, the man, has been posting it. So thank you to the guests, Rob Hunter, Dan Lawless, and Graham Nolan. And we'll catch you guys later. Everybody have a great weekend.
Good
Bye
luck
bye,
and prosper,
everybody.
everybody.
Damn it.
Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution.